Hello everyone, welcome back to another Doctor Who unboxing. Today we're unboxing explosions everywhere, the War Games in colour Steelbook. Now this is released on April the 21st. It's a couple days early thanks to HMV. If you want to order it for yourself, you can use the link down below and get 20% off your order at HMV. So yeah, not just the War Games in colour, you can use it for anything you want on HMV's website. That's a little shameless plug. So the way this video is going to work, on is unbox the Steelbook, take a look at the presentation of the Steelbook and do a Doctor Who Steelbook lineup so you can see what a UK complete Steelbook collection looks like. So without further ado, let's unbox Patrick Troughton's final story in colour. So yeah, this is pretty exciting because this seems like a massive step up compared to the Daleks in colour physical release, which you'll see in a minute when we do a little comparison to that in a second. So here we have the War Games in colour. I'm going to remove the cellophane and then we'll take a closer look at the artwork. Through the mist of the battlefield, we have removed the War Games in colour and done a breakout and removed it from its cellophane prison cell. So here we have the artwork for the War Games in colour, and I think that it's a stunning Steelbook. I think this is really gorgeous artwork, and same with the actual War Games in colour DVD and Blu-ray release. It's a massive step up compared to the Daleks in colour physical release, where you had sort of the TARDIS crew and then these Daleks awkwardly sort of photoshopped in there. That cover really screamed Photoshop is my passion. We'll see the War Games in colour artwork in a second, but yeah, this is a really stunning piece, and like I say, this is a real great time for Doctor Who physical media. We've just had season 7, we've sort of had a nice little trickle of Doctor Who classic physical media, like I say, season 7, so this is a nice little companion piece to the collection season 7 box set. We've had the Savages animation release, and now this. And I think the only other physical media we've got release confirmed so far is season 2. I'm sure we'll get another collection set coming up soon. So the artwork, we've got this sort of pop art sort of style cover. I don't think it's exactly pop art, but it has that energy to it. We've got sort of the biplane, the second Doctor, which has sort of become the sort of main image of the second Doctor, hasn't it really? Sort of the little mind robber piece they've done for the second Doctor. So we've got some of the soldiers from the various battles there. So we've got the World War I soldiers, some Roman centurions. Doctor Who The War Games in colour contains 6 extra minutes of colourised material. That seems pretty cool. That sort of reminds me a bit of the season 11 box set, where it's like over an hour of extra content. So that's quite an interesting inclusion to put there. I guess that is a bit of a selling point in there. So this is a 4-disc set, actually. I didn't realise that. So that's quite neat. There we have the spine. That's going to look very vibrant on your shelf next to the other Steelbooks. And on the back there, we've got sort of what the set includes, bonus features, and the original War Games edit, and a little bio on the War Games. So let's remove the J card for this release so we can see the art, sort of clean artwork for the Steelbook. So there we have the second Doctor there, looking very nice. And on the back we have the Warlord himself, Philip Maddock, and that's one thing I loved about the colorization, this sort of the red glasses, and that's really come across quite nicely on the actual Steelbook release. And of course we have more of the battlefield, which is great. So if we open the Steelbook up so we can see the sort of clean artwork there, that is really nice little piece, isn't it, of artwork. So we've got a little booklet. Let's take a look at the booklet to see what they're advertising this time. So we have the second Doctor Big Finish Adventures. We have the Doctor Who 15th Doctor comic, Everyone Must Go, which I've recently reviewed. So if you know my thoughts on that comic, check out that review, link down below. Doctor Who Lost in Time, some of the Doctor Who audio books there, which is very nice, sort of target books. And then we have the 15th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. We have the sort of knitted crochet Doctor Who book coming out, I think, or that coming out soon. Then we have the patchwork sort of Dalek, the Icons book series advertisement, Doctor Who magazine, and Doctor Who on vinyl and CD. Opening the Steelbook up, so the disc art, I believe for all the discs, seems to be the sort of main sort of battlefield sort of configuration there, and then the sort of base of the Warlord and the War Chief there. So if we just remove the disc, and removing the discs behind the Steelbook, this is really neat. We've got this sort of regeneration energy of the second Doctor, and on the other side we've got the third Doctor, which I've done a reaction to the regeneration of the War Games. So if you want to know my full sort of thoughts on that regeneration, check out that reaction video. So that is really neat. I love that. I think that was a really nice little touch. I wasn't expecting that, so yeah, what a nice little surprise that was. And here we have the Doctor Who Steelbook lineup. So this is what a complete UK Steelbook collection looks like with the Peter Cushing movies. We have the Daleks in colour there, the Galaxy 4, Celestial Toymaker, the Savages, Power of the Daleks, the Underwater Menace, the Macra Terror, the Faceless Ones, Evil of the Daleks, the Abominable Snowmen, Web of Fear, Fury from the Deep, and then we have the War Games in colour, which looks rather nice actually. It's quite cool to have sort of a Steelbook flow into the next classic story with Spared from Space, Shada, and then the complete modern series in Steelbook form. So yeah, you can definitely see that the War Games in colour is very vibrant and definitely pops in the Steelbook collection. There we go, that has been my quick little unboxing of Doctor Who War Games in colour Steelbook release. If you're curious about the disc breakdown, disc 1 is the War Games in colour, disc 2 is episodes 1 to 5 of the War Games, and disc 3 is episode 6 to 10 of the War Games, which is DVD. So they haven't restored the black and white versions of the War Games for Blu-ray yet. I guess that will come when season 6 is released. And then disc 4 is your bonus features, which is back to a Blu-ray disc. So much like the Daleks in colour release, where they had the sort of companion piece of the full edit of the story. So it's great that you're getting both versions of the story, even though you probably have the original version already. But the War Games in colour as a release, as a colorization, I think that it worked well for what it was. I always treat these colorizations as little curio pieces. They're not here to replace the original. They're not doing a George Lucas where this is the definitive version of the War Games. Yeah, I think some of the creative choices I wasn't too keen on, like the War Chief being the Master. I've never sort of bought into that, but obviously with the Harold Saxon music, you can't really miss it. It's very, actually it's quite subtle. I say, that's a joke. But yeah, I've done a full review of the War Games in colour when it aired, so you can check out that. If you want to know my full thoughts on the actual edit and all that kind of thing. And also, me and my friend Luke have done a video covering what we think will be the next colorization for 60s Doctor Who. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know what the next one will be. I imagine they'll probably do a William Hartnell story, so possibly the Dalek Invasion of Earth. I think that's probably one that's going to be likely. But yeah, very nice Steelbook, and yeah, great to have it in the collection. It's sort of a nice little companion piece to season 7. So yeah, that has been the War Games in colour Steelbook. Let me know your thoughts on the War Games in colour, whether you enjoyed it, what did you think of the edit. I think, you know, it's an improvement over the Daleks in colour. It makes I sound like I really didn't like Daleks in colour, but I had a good time with it, what it was. I think that it you know, the first 2/3 are great, and I think the film trims for the War Games in colour is really stunning, and I think they've been made as a special feature. So that's going to be really cool, and yeah, it's going to be exciting when season 6 does get released on Blu-ray to enjoy it in its entirety. So yeah, very cool. So that has been the War Games in colour Steelbook. If you've enjoyed this video, then please do like and subscribe for plenty more Doctor related content coming in the future, and I'll see you next time. Oh my giddy aunt, bye bye.